I have this torsion clock that somebody had well and truly messed about with. You can see it's got a paper clip there holding the dial on. I've already taken the hands off because they can be a right, because there's no pin or anything, and they can be a right pig sometimes. It's got pin pallet, escarpment and lantern pinions. I don't know what's up with it until I take it apart, but it came to me cheap, so I thought, well, give me something to do. So I'm going to get it stripped out and we'll go from there. This is the pendulum. It did come with a glass dome as well. Now, according to the book, it's plate 1717 and it says Badish Uran fabric. It's made by Huber, Huber, and it says circa 1900. Could be disc pendulum or a 4-ball pendulum, which is what I got. Pin pallet escarpment, lantern pinions, and it takes a .0038 torsion spring. There is another one in there under Huber. 1251 is the plate number. It says disc pendulum, but then it says pin pallet escarpment, lantern pinions. It doesn't say 4-ball. Although, apart from plate 1251 has Huber Uran with a little clock and Germany on it, 3/4 of the way up on the left hand side, but that's the only other one I can find. So although it says Badish, there's nothing on here. Normally it has a logo somewhere and it's stamped on the plate as well, but can't see it anywhere. I've already taken a few bits and pieces off, but I thought I'd show it before I went too far. So I'll get it taken apart and have a look, see what's wrong with it, and we'll go from there. Thank you. It turns out the only thing I could find wrong with it was intermediate wheel bent pivot. And the usual thing, as you try and straighten it, it snaps. So I'm going to have to repivot it. But it's going to be stuck out quite a way. You have a look there. Excuse my hand. It's stuck out quite a way. I mean, it's pretty solid, but not solid enough to repivot it, so I'm going to have to use my fix steady. I think there's enough room there to get that in that side and enough stuck out the other side. Certainly looks that way. Might have a job tightening it up, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't think I can do it the other way because it'll be stuck out. That would be the ideal way, but then it's tightening it up. I can tighten everything up with these soft jaw parallel pliers. What I'll do, I'll get it set up and I'll bring you back in a minute when I'm set up, because my hands will be in the way and everything. Okay, we're set up now and I've put a drop of oil on the 3 prongs. I've just got to put a centre in. I'd normally do it with a graver, but I can't get a graver in there comfortably with the 2 together. Can't get close enough. I can't do it with this tool like I normally use, because there's hardly anything stuck out, so this could be sort of anywhere. So I've got to do it with a drill bit. I'm only just going to give it a little bit. That's good enough. Now we'll just make sure we are on centre. There we are, look. No movement whatsoever. So that's good. So now we've got to change to the replacement is 0.72. So I want a 0.7. This is not hardened, so I can do it with a high-speed steel. And this is a 70 drill bit, not a 0.7 but a 70, which says here 0.28. Don't know what that is in metric. Let's have a look. Yeah, 0.68. So we'll go with that to start with, and if we have to turn this down a fraction, but only where it goes into the arbor. There we are. We'll settle with the collet and the drill bit. We'll give it a little smidge of oil. Yeah, not too much on there, and we're ready to go. The rule of thumb is about the depth 6 times the width. Just peck away at it. Even though it's high speed steel, it will still shear if it binds up. Drop more oil, I think. Only trouble is we're giving it oil is it's good for stopping it binding up and obviously keeping it cool and keeping the drill bit sharp, but you've got to try and clean that little diddy hole out somehow. After you're finished, get rid of the oil. Nearly there, I think. So 0.6 we'll say, 3/6 of 18, 4 mil. No, that's way too deep. Yeah, we're about 3 mil, that's plenty I think. I'll bring you back in a minute when I've got it out and show you the hole. Okay, as you can see we're set up now to turn the blue steel down, but I just thought I'd show you on the microscope the hole. There's the hole. See, it's nice and centre. There's a slight countersink on the outside of it, but that's not going to affect it. That was where I used a 2 mil drill bit to find centre. But we'll now get this turned down. Well, no, not turned down. I think I'll take it down with a file, bit of emery paper, because there's a minute amount to come off. The finest file I've got. And just take a bit off. Don't want to do too much in one go, but see, I haven't taken much off, but it's really starting to bite, so need to be very careful what I do take off. Yeah, a little bit more. Then I should just draw file it afterwards like that to give it a bit of teeth before I fit it. Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, still want a bit more. Okay, so we're on there. What I do is put this in a collet, in a tailstock, and then turn it while I'm pushing the lever on the tailstock gently, and you can see it's gone on nice and true. Oh, help if I had the thing on, wouldn't it? It's fairly true there, look. So quite happy with that. So we'll get it cut off and trimmed up and then go from there. Okay, we're all set up again, and I could put it in the other way around. I didn't think there'd be enough clearance, but there was. So all I need to do now is burnish the new pivot, and then that's it. Bit more speed. See, that's running lovely and true. Okay, everything's been polished up, the pillars have been lacquered. I've lacquered the bezel and put that back together ready. I've pegged all the bushes and burnished all the pivots. So it's just a matter of now of putting it back together. And if you notice, these are totally the opposite way round to most of them. Most of them that goes that way up underneath. But on these it's back to front, goes at the front. And have you noticed that although it's got lantern pinions, this one hasn't, it's got a solid pinion. But I've got another one, same clock but a bit later, it's just got lantern pinions all the way through. The good thing as well is it can go together without the anchor to make sure it runs freely beforehand. I'll put that the right way up. And put the plate on. I don't know whether you can see it, but this has got serial number 38736. And if you have a look here, you maybe just be able to see it. It's got 736 on the other plate, the last 3 digits of the serial number. So you know that I mean, it wasn't done for their benefit, it was done for their benefit of the factory, but you know that nobody's messed around and swapped plates and things. Now it's just a matter of getting it together. Always get the centre within. I have my finger against it so it holds it in, or have my thumb against it, should I say, not my finger, and just gently get all the pivots in place. And it happens sometimes, they fall out again. Sometimes you have to do it 3 or 4 times. You can't squeeze it together too hard because you don't want to damage any of the pivots. There we are. And just spin it with your finger to make sure it runs. And it's just a matter of getting some pins in it. I'll bring you back in a minute because I've got a job to see putting the pins in with the camera in the way. Okay, we're back together. I have put the click spring and click and ratchet on. Something I forgot to mention, I said at the beginning that the only thing I could find wrong was a bent pivot, but there was 3 bent teeth as well, and when I tried to straighten them, usual thing, they broke. Don't know whether you can see it on camera, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 replacement teeth. You can probably see it's a different colour there. So I let a piece in and cut some replacement teeth. I did forget to mention that. And how I determine that it's relatively friction free, I take up the slack on the mainspring, and then if it starts spinning nicely with 2 or 3 clicks, you know it's pretty friction free. So 1, 2, 3, and that's spinning. Look, can you see that spinning? You probably can. Might be better that angle. There. And what I do is give it a couple more clicks, lay it down and oil it while it's working. Not lots of winds, but 4 or 5 clicks. It will keep going for 10 minutes or more. And I'm not going to show you putting the rest of it together because you've probably seen it all before from me. The only real difference is, and where's my tweezers, this gear goes on the centre arbor, whereas a lot of them you just got a cannon pinion there and tension washers behind. But this, you can see, has got a spring in there and the centre arbor, so that's what gives you the friction for adjusting the hands. So that's the only real difference. This has to be pressed on, and I press it on so there's still a small amount of end shake left. When that's fully down there, this gear, wheel, whatever you want to call it, doesn't quite touch the front plate. so it needs to touch the back before it touches the front plate, the arbor that is. That's the only real difference. Everything else is the same as all the other clocks I've done. Right, sounds like the red arrows. Yes, that was the red arrows going over, sorry about that. I do arrange things nicely to even get the red arrows coming over for you when I'm doing my videos. If you believe that, you believe anything. But I'll bring you back when it's all back together and you can see it running. There we are, back together and all finished. I'll try and get the camera a little bit further away so you can see where see the whole thing rather than just a bit of it. I think that's probably better. See most of it. Just a matter now of letting it run, getting in regulation. The dome you can see in the background here with the masking tape on is just a dome I use for when I'm testing, because if you have a look, I'll spin it round, it's got a nasty great crack in it. You may not see it, but it goes up there and down there, which is a bit annoying really, but I'll just put some super glue around it and then put the tape around it just so I can use it to keep a clock covered up when it's on test. That way if I do happen to drop it, it doesn't really matter, because when you're testing they're on and off, on and off, on and off. So as I got gout in my hands, I've struggled to hold things sometimes and I drop things, and I don't really want to drop a nice glass dome. It's a shame that, because that was an original dome, a very thick, good quality glass, but there it is. Can't do much about it. But we just got to get it regulated now. It's only been running for a few minutes, but so it's possible it could stop again yet, but I have put it in beat. We'll just see how it goes. Thank you very much.